Well, I think the market is finally doomed. Make sure you guys smash the crap out of that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out more awesome content. It is with a heavy heart that we start Market Watch off today with the death of probably one of the best budget decks that you could have alternatively picked up until a recent turn of events. And I'd like to say RIP to every Doomzed player out there, as Drastia has just been absolutely obliterated off of the market. Right now, if you were wanting to pick up Drastias, they are 20. I mean, this listing's gone. I mean, it's going to be gone in like an hour or two. These are going to be $36 a copy of Drastia. And that is crazy to think about. You know, Doomzed has always just been one of the decks. It was like, you could pick it up on budget. You know, there was a decent level of, copium that you could ride through with it. But the minute that, people started making guides, started, pushing this deck across the table to the competitive community, now Doomzed has just exploded up in value. And Drastia, he's not really the only one. I mean, to be fair, Almathis have also, the high end has always been the high end, right? Like, these are $60 to $70. Drastias Starlights are 66s. Graflarios are coming in at 44s. And then you do get to see Drastias's for the secret rares now from Doom of Dimensions are now, when this copies are gone, you're $20. So it's crazy. Also, Almathis are now $15 a piece. The only cheap part of Salvation you have is, new Graflarios are dollars. It's just, if you were wanting to play this deck and having to go back and get things now, Almathis are 15s, $20 Drastias, which you need two of these, that's 30, 70, however many Drastias you choose to play within the deck too. Sorry, you guys no longer budget for this deck. It's really a shame, actually, because this deck, it's always had some decent potential. We've tried to shout it out as much as we could, saying, it was a good rogue challenger, especially looking at all of the data coming out of Japan, and now, this is exactly what we're dealing with, so, alright. Alchemic Magician. Am I, crazy? I have no filters on, by the way, and these are $130 a piece. And remember, you can actually, now that the Dark Requiem Dragon has been announced for the TCG, the Heavenly Supreme Dragon, you can actually mode change into this, which then hits you during the end phase. You get to detach one, send a card from your hand to the graveyard, you get to choose a spell card from your deck and then set it to your field. It can be a quick play, it can be whatever kind of spell card you want. You can get Fallen in the Virtuous off of this. Which gives you the ability to get that into rotation, so you can start getting popping off of this. This card is really, really solid. It's definitely the weaker of the choice pool that you've got, but it's not stopping people from seeing this card. Yeah, by the way, this thing only ever had one printing. The fact that people are trying to charge $130+ a piece for this is insane. I don't blame people, though, for coming in here and getting the foreign copies for the $9.50, $21. And obviously this is all just over the last couple of days. This is what we were talking about from the fallout, that the minute that you get these additional cards announced, and guess what, we get to see, where the market effects are starting to handle, and Alchemic Magician just happens to be one of those side effect cards that, it was going to see its job get ripped away from it. Red Eyes Toon Dragon. Holy crap, man. Commons on this thing are $6 a piece. You've got super rares coming in at $9 a piece. Now, this is just the symptoms of the Toon stuff in general, right? We knew that Toon stuff going forward was going to start to be a pretty big major topic of conversation. We've already seen things like the Toon Dark Magician going up in price because people believed in that card. And honestly, I don't really blame you. If you looked at that stuff, very, very reliable card choice for the current existing pool to be able to kind of promote that and be able to do its thing. But 9 listings in 14 listings. Yikeroos. You guys kind of keep asking me, you're like, hey, what are the penny stonks on the market? What are the cards that you think have great potential? A lot of these Starlights from Rarity 5, I'm going to keep saying this for those of you in the back that want higher rarity cards, but you look at the OG Solemn Warnings and you're like, oh my god, this is... So, okay, well, you don't have to get ultimate rare Solemn Warnings. You don't have to get honestly, a lot of these alternative higher rarity cards that Rarity 5 pushed into our market are acceptable cards, you know. And honestly, I do like this warning. I do like the way that this feels. It doesn't impede within the text box itself. It actually, it's fine, I think. But these are $5 a piece. Once again, this is what I would consider the budget high rarity for you to want to pick up. Another one of these that's been moving very, very heavily has been the Promethean Princess, the Bestower of Flames. A couple things I like about this art. I do like the text here, actually giving the feel, but I also like the change in the background. That's one good thing that I like about these Starlight Rares, is the foiling patterns, the showcasing of the actual Starlight part of this card is freaking gorgeous, man. It really is. These are $4 a piece after shipping, which is not bad at all. And I mean, like, this one's not so much a budget card, but obviously the IP getting more of the zoom up for the people that do like IP as a card. Still to this day, this is definitely one of the ones that I would consider picking up too. All versions lead to the same place. It's collectability versus the art choice that you want to have for your collection. This one actually moved up to page 3 of best-selling recently, and honestly, I'm a little bit surprised about this, because Metamorphosis, you guys are willing to spend $6 to $7 a piece on commons? Like, is there a reason why we want OG commons over the ultra rares from this set? Excuse me, the ultra, why? We can get holos, people, for the same price that these other higher rarity versions are coming in. What am I missing here? Why are we suddenly panicking and wanting to pick up, you know, the mega pack versions of these? I don't get it. I would be panicking about the super rares. I mean, like, even the super rares, you know, there's plenty of German ones on the market here, $320, $330, and, you know, you don't really have to spend. I mean, like, it's a nice looking card for sure. Don't get me wrong, but I'm not spending Metamorphosis. Actually, really, I've actually not seen an Italian one of these in years. The card looks good in Super. I will say that, but I'm not spending. Metamorphosis is currently a one of. All right, we've been too afraid to bring this card back. But yeah, Ultras have settled at the $5 to $6 range. We're not really losing out too much on that. Some of the pillars of the current meta. Ecclesia and the Dark Dragon. So this card actually has, your lowest verified is now officially $60 per copy of this. And the crazy part is, you have one verified, and, well, I mean, you have other verifieds here, but the star of actual, you know, showcasing. This card's very important right now to the meta. And you can thank Fallen and Virtuous for just kind of allowing you the process of looping through this card to, you know, constantly make sure that you get access to it. That's just the times, man. It's going to keep happening. Sea Turd of Theseus. This is another one that you're going to want to keep an eye on. Honestly, these have repopulated pretty well. You got 55 listings of the Raging Tempest, and you have 20 or 45 of the 2017 10 versions. $19, $20 a piece, which I don't personally feel is terrible. This is definitely one of those things that, as time kind of goes on, is really going to showcase some greatness to it, but Super Poly's a good card now. I wanted to just toss this back on Market Watch, because every time we scroll, this card's always on, like, the top selling pages. And honestly, I think it's fine to see this card, you know, actually settling and doing well, because this is by far the definition of, you know, if you liked Punk, you liked the deck in Genesis, you liked the cool things that it felt like this deck could do, it was fine. Obviously, you're decently priced now. But yeah, $3 to $4 a copy is fine. And also, for some reason, Red Eye's Alternative Black Dragon, this card just still sits at the $4 to $5 range. You gotta remember, these are the last of, like, the Kazaki arts that exist that they could actually print and work with. So, we'll see where things are going to go at the market, but I thought that was kind of interesting. So, sorry, Doomzed players. I mean, like, it sucks that, you know, your cards went up in price, but the inevitability is we're in a new era now, and cheap Yu-Gi-Oh cards might start to be a little bit rougher, but, you know, we'll kind of have to wait and see. But please, leave a comment down below, tell me what you guys think, and I'll see your beautiful faces back here in a day, guys.
Patrons!
Thank you. Ah!
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.